everyone, today I'm going to share with you guys about the intangible cultural heritage in Korea. Before I start the presentation, let me introduce about what is intangible cultural heritage. The ICH means the practices, representation, expressions, knowledge, skills, as well as the instruments, objects, and cultural spaces associated therewith that communities, groups, or even individuals recognize as part of their cultural heritage. This ICH, transmitted from generation to generation, is constantly recreated by communities and groups in response to their environment, their interaction with nature, and their history, and provides them with a sense of identity and continuity, thus promoting respect for cultural diversity and human creativity. Korea is a country full with cultural heritage. Its rich and vibrant culture left 19 UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritages of Humanity, the third largest in the world, along with 12 World Heritage Sites. Their ICH can be discovered by their country's architectures, costumes, performing arts, eating habits, cuisines, sports, traditional skills, and so on. So today, I will share with you guys about an event held by Korea, which inscribed in 2014 on the representative list of the Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity. The name of the event was Nonga. At the 9th meeting of the Committee for the Safeguarding of ICH held in Paris, it was confirmed that Korea's traditional agricultural music will be inscribed onto the representative list of the Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity. Part of reason for its inscription is that Nonga offers an additional identity to both the performers and the audiences, as it is staged in various forms and for various purposes at multiple venues around the community. Nonga is about performing arts, acrobatics, dance, playing musical instruments, costumes, and others. It can also be described as social practices, rituals, and festival events. Nonga is a popular performing art derived from communal rites and rustic entertainment. It has evolved into a representative performing art of the Korea, combining a percussion ensemble and sometimes wild instruments, parading, dancing, drama, and acrobatic feats. Nonga is a form of traditional Korean farmers' music and dance, has been recognized for its celebration of community spirit through music. The farmers' dance was traditionally performed during planting, harvesting, and other agricultural events. Early records mention Korean farmers working to the beat of percussion instruments. Until recently, the dance was performed in the rural areas, in particular during the planting and harvesting, to give encouragement to the farmers and to provide them with a beat to walk by. Local Nonga performers clad in colorful costumes perform their music and dance during community events with various purposes, such as appeasing gods, playing for a rich harvest in spring, then celebrating it during autumn festivals, and fundraising for community projects. It includes custom of chasing away evil spirits and strengthens communal bonds across the land. According to UNESCO, the music defined by its independent, open, creative successions has given performers and audiences a sense of cultural identity. The addition of Nonga to the UNESCO list will boost its exposure and visibility as an ICH worldwide, and it will increase exchange among communities in and outside Korea. UNESCO recognized that Nonga is a living and breathing cultural heritage that has been passed down for generations and is still actively performed today. Nonga has been continuously reinvented, with communities interacting with their surroundings, natural environments, and histories. Emphasis was placed on the fact that Nonga is still practiced and enjoyed by Korean communities, and Korean people are very proud of this tradition. Although Nonga performances vary by region and event, however, drumming is always the main focus. In general, there are 5 main musical instruments usually used in performing Nonga, which including kwangari, janggu, bok, jing, and sogo. Kwangari is a small handheld gong, usually made of brass. This instrument is played by stringing it with a small stick covered in soft cloth. This instrument is usually played as the lead in Nonga performances due to its high pitch Django is a double-headed hourglass-shaped drum that is generally played by stringing it on its two leader cover ends with one stick and one hand. It is usually played as accompaniment to wide and straight instrument solos because of its flexible nature and its agility with complex riffing. It is carried with a strap worn over the shoulder. Book is a large but shallow barrel sharp drum. There are many types of book used in traditional Korean music, but the book used in accompanying Nonggak music has lace heads and it plays by stringing it with a single drumstick on only one of its heads. Zing is a large gong usually made of brass. It is played by stringing it with a large mallet that is layered with soft glue. Sobo is a thin and small drum with a handle that is held with the left hand and is beaten on the drum head with a stick with the right hand. Although it is a musical instrument, it is more significant for its rules as a prop for dancing. Sogo percussionists typically wear the sangmo on the head, which is a head that attached with a white sash that twirls around as they dance. Next, we will talk about safeguarding. Safeguarding means the measure aimed at ensuring the viability of the ICH, including identification, documentation, research, preservation, protection, promotion, enhancement, transmission, particularly through formal and non-formal education, as well as the revitalizations of the various aspects of such heritage. Korea has a long history of safeguarding of ICH in its territory. The Cultural Heritage Administration, which located in Jeonju, is the governmental agency tasked with the safeguarding of ICH in Korea. It is responsible for the safeguarding and utilizations of cultural heritage, setting policy concerning cultural heritage in accordance with the Cultural Heritage Protection Act, and implementing relevant measures. It is great to have an organization to protect and keep continuing the cultural heritage in a country. But other than that, some of the other measures can also be taken to protect it. For example, the documentation of ICH. Achieving and documenting ICH elements are being done continuously. Since 1965, Korea conducted systematic documentation and achieving of ICH elements inscribed on the national inventory. Documented and achieved resources are digitized. In addition, Korea has strived to support the transmission of ICH. Korean government has been supporting ICH masters to train the successors and communities through apprenticeship held by teaching assistants. Start from 2015, ICH courses have been taught to all students in the universities by qualified instructors such as masters, teaching assistants, and apprentices with minimum 5 years experiences. According to the South Korean Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, they actively encourage systematic ICH education. Not all the ICH elements are included in this, but organized educational activities has been conducted in the field of traditional performing art, including music, dance, and drama. Educational program and transmission activities on a regular basis in training institutions established with the support of centers and local governments can also offer to those who are interested. Training in the safeguarding of ICH is provided at the Korean National University of Cultural Heritage. The institutions was established to supervise on the systematic safeguarding and creative utilizations of cultural heritage. It also offers a variety of specialized online and offline courses for administrators and professionals in cultural heritage safeguarding and for school teachers. Moreover, to promote public awareness and visibility of the importance of ICH, there is a need that government supports various domestic and overseas ICH performances and exhibitions. In recent years, Korean government have provided financial support for ICH performances and exhibitions in order to enhance the visibility and public understanding of ICH. ICH-related resources such as books, photos, videos, and so on are available online and offline for general public and ICH practitioners.